I'm Edward Warfield. I'm the publisher of CityBiz, and I'm honored today to interview Darcy Shapiro, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the Americas at CoverGenius. Welcome, Darcy.
Hi, Edwin. Thanks for having me.
Can you provide an introduction to CoverGenius, the original vision, the insurance distribution platform, some of your customers, the annual premium values? Just give us a basic overview of CoverGenius.
Yeah, absolutely. So CoverGenius was founded back in 2014, actually. Our two founders Chris Bailey and Angus McDonald had started an online travel agency, and they wanted to be able to offer travel insurance products with the travel products that they were selling. And they had customers coming from all around the world. So quickly, they kind of ran into this issue where they realized that there was no one insurance product that they could offer to customers coming from different countries because of regulatory issues. And they kind of, thought that if they were running into this issue, surely there were a lot of other companies out there that had global footprints and would benefit from protection products being sold within their, transactional experience. And so they pivoted and CoverGenius was born. So, for the next 2 years, they ran around the world sort of getting compliant operations in place. On the back of their relationships in the travel industry, they signed a deal with Booking.com, Booking Holdings subsidiary. And we started off kind of offering rental car insurances and travel insurances through these platforms. And that meant that we had to meet the global footprint of these partners, global operations. So we quickly became profit positive, actually, within, I think, 2 years, which is pretty astounding, and invested the money back into the company. Right today, we're doing around $240 million in gross written premium a year. I believe, we have... We're operating in 60 plus countries. We're licensed in 50 plus states. So we've really just grown tremendously over the last several years. And we were able to invest the money back into the technology to create our X-Cover platform so that we could expand our product line offerings outside of just travel insurance. So it's a really exciting company and exciting distribution for insurance.
So how are Insurtechs upsetting the traditional insurance world, and where does CoverGenius fit in relative to the other Insurtechs?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, and I think you'd get a bunch of different answers depending on which Insurtechs you're speaking with. CoverGenius is really uniquely placed within the Insurtech landscape. There's a lot of Insurtechs out there that may offer sort of one product line or be operating in one jurisdiction. For CoverGenius, our sort of secret sauce, if you will, our unique selling proposition is that we are, operating across multiple countries. As I said, we're selling products in 60 plus countries, and we're licensed all across the states. So that means that when we partner with our digital distribution partners, we can actually meet their global customer demand. The other thing that I think is really unique, again, like I said, most of these Insurtechs that are out there today are focusing on one product line, and our technology is product agnostic. So we can offer anything from, life insurance to homeowners insurance to travel insurance, all through a single API integration. So it's a really unique selling point for us as vis-a-vis the rest of the Insurtech landscape.
And so what are the most significant milestones since the launch of the company?
Yeah. So, we've had every year, it seems like there's another significant milestone. For me, as, I started off in the US operations. I would say that probably, the first significant milestone that I experienced was launching our digital MGA in the US. So, as I said, we're now licensed in every line of insurance, including excess and surplus lines across all 50 states. And that was a pretty big, significant milestone. I think, again, the major milestone that we had as a company on a whole was, as I said, we started off sort of in this rental car travel insurance space, working on our technology platform was called Rental Cover. And when we were able to invest the money back into the technology and create X-Cover, which launched in 2019, this enabled us to really achieve this product agnostic vision. We wanted to be more than just rental car insurance and travel insurance. And now, we are offering products across property products, travel insurance products as well, shipping insurance, warranty products. All of these are going through our XCover platform. So that was really a significant milestone for us to be able to launch the platform and diversify our portfolio of products.
So the Cover Genius model is sales through partnerships rather than direct to consumer. Can you explain that model?
Yeah, so truly, this is one of the reasons that attracted me to come work for Cover Genius to begin with. I come from an insurance background. My previous stop before I was at Cover Genius was with a large, small commercial carrier, mostly in the States. And we had, at the time, I had just created a cyber product, the first admitted cyber product for this company. And I knew we had this great product with these really innovative coverages, but the challenge for insurance companies is always, how do we get the product in the hands of the consumer? How do we get the consumer to understand the value of the product? So when I started talking to the team over at Cover Genius, and they shared with me their vision for how to distribute insurance, it really was the most exciting part of this, proposition for me. So what we do is, as I said, we find large digital brands that can benefit from having some sort of insurance or warranty product offered through to their customers. And it's in a transactional experience. So whether that's in a shopping cart, if it's a retailer, or if it's in some sort of service that the customer is using to conduct their business, we partner with Intuit, which is an example of some sort of transactional experience through business services that might happen. Offering a relevant protection product that provides value to the customer at a time when the customer is, and I use this word not in a nefarious sense, but in the best possible way, vulnerable to this sort of purchase, means that that customer is getting offered the product right when they need it and right when it's most relevant to them. There's a number of benefits to this sort of model for, like that sort of shifts the normal insurance distribution paradigm on its head. One, you're actually reaching the customer. Customers don't think about buying insurance. It's not, what they're going out on Saturday is doing. They may be going to the car dealerships to look for a car, but they're certainly not thinking about, hey, I'm going to spend my day shopping for different insurance products. So meeting them where they're already doing the sort of fun stuff, making the fun purchases that they would be making, or, as I said, conducting the business of their lives, online, is a great way to actually, get in at the moment of truth when a customer needs the product. Secondarily, when you're offering, as opposed to direct to consumer, when you do have customers that are actually seeking out different insurance products, often that means that there's a reason why they're doing it. So if you can think about, if I am a renter's insurance is one of the products that we are now offering through a partnership with a company called Rhino, which offers security deposit product and also meets the customer at the point where they're leasing their apartment. So if this customer is going out and saying, I need renter's insurance, I'm going to go direct and try to buy renter's insurance. You may wonder why would they be buying renter's insurance? Well, maybe it's someone whose house has been or apartment's been broken into several times. Maybe it's someone, who has a pit bull and they're concerned that, there may be a claim that comes out of this. But the point being that there's adverse risk selection when the consumer is actually going out and seeking a product. However, on the other hand, in a partnership like the one we have with Rhino, there are property managers that are requiring that their tenants have renter's insurance when they sign their lease. Rhino's at the point of the lease. Our product's being offered at the time they're signing the lease. So they say, oh, this is convenient. I need this product. My landlord's requiring that I have it. Check. There you've cut against the adverse risk selection that you have in the direct to consumer market. So again, that means better performance, better distribution of the product. Not to say that the product is not valuable, because the product is valuable. It's a necessary product for compliance reasons, but it also is there to pay claims on the other side if something bad happens. So it really is a win-win for everybody.
Well, my interest in this interview came from Rhino. I've interviewed Parag Sarva,
Okay.
so that sort of Rhino led me to you ultimately. So
Okay. We're really excited about the partnership with them. We have a whole product roadmap we're working on with them, and they're just a really smart group of people. Our companies really have worked really well together, and we're just really excited about where the partnership's going from here.
yeah, he's a fantastic CEO. It's a very exciting company, and I'm glad that you two are aligned. Let's talk a little bit about the technology. The X cover is your Cross Genius's data analytics API. Explain how you optimize your price and product. Explain the X cover a little bit to me. I can't get my arms around it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, there are data analytics, and Bright Rates is our data analytics and pricing optimization, technology that is built into the platform. This means that there's artificial intelligence and machine learning that's constantly ingesting the data and perfecting on the data. So we can optimize pricing. I should backtrack for a second and say that we can't do this everywhere. The States is a very heavily regulated environment where rates get filed. But there are ways that we actually can still play within, regulatory environments and optimize for certain things, including pricing. So, as an example, in other parts of the world, we do optimize for pricing, and we sort of do it based on what the ultimate goal of our distribution partners is. So if they're trying to, maximize a revenue stream out of the sale of this product, we can optimize for that. That may mean that the price of the product goes up and the sales go down, but we may make more revenue. The inverse might be true. It just depends, and our technology is constantly testing that proposition. In the States, where we're more constrained around the filings, we actually can play with coverage benefits. We can play with deductibles. We can play with limits. And all of that is built into our platform so that we're constantly, and when I say we, I mean the technology. It's not quite literally not anyone but machines doing this, pulling levers to make sure that, the right product at the right price point is being offered to the consumer to make sure that we're optimizing conversion of that product. The other thing that's really cool about what the technology does is that we have a claims module built into the technology. So we have our own proprietary claims platform, and we do instant payments to our claims platform as well. It's all built into the Xcover platform. And because we're also ingesting that data, the claims data in real time, it allows us to adjust because, as you know, insurance is a performance-based business. And if, the claims experience is very high, then the rates are going to get raised. I'll give you an example, actually, a little case study example of this happening in real life, what happened to us. One of the ways that we were able to adjust quickly in real time through the use of technology. We had on our travel business, noticed that the technology noticed essentially that there were a high frequency of accidents that were occurring from travelers from one country in particular into Iceland during this period of time. And normally, for a normal insurance carrier who's not using technology to actually track the performance, it would have taken them months to realize that they were experiencing this high level of loss, at which point the book would have been underwater, and they would have probably had to pull the product for sale to people in that country. What we were able to do in real time was notice what was happening. And as a result of that, we were able to adjust the pricing on that product for the travelers coming from that country in real time, such that we never impacted the loss ratio at all. The customers never had to lose access to this product. The insurance carrier sitting behind providing the capacity never had to incur the losses of, a book underwater. And our partner could continue to offer this product through to their customers that were coming from this country as well. So it really is pretty incredible how we're able to make these adjustments in real time, just based on the use of this sort of data analytics technology. It's really exciting.
So are there any other case studies you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have another interesting product now, one of our warranty products is through a OEM called Tile. Tile is a technology company that offers little devices that you can stick on to things that you don't want to lose. And through Bluetooth, you can make the little device make a noise such that you will be able to find your item. And we were able to create this really cool product for them that is essentially a warranty product, but it offers sort of since the tile, what we're warranting is that this tile will find your lost item. We're able to create this warranty product that was basically, guaranteeing that this tile would find your lost item, or we would reimburse you up to $1,000. So through the use of this, we have been able to, essentially provide this really, really unique coverage. Not really, I haven't seen anything like it out in the market yet, where essentially, someone through the use of this device can also get their product covered. That's not just the little device that is, being the manufacturing of it is being warranted. So we've seen really good performance on that one as well. Again, because we're ingesting data from our partners too, where we're getting locations on things, we're able to see this in real time, like where these items are, track them, track performance, see where there's fraud that's coming up. Fraud blockers are built into our technology in these sort of instances. So it's another really exciting program for us.
And can you provide an overview of the history of your funding?
Sure. So I don't know if you've seen, we just had our most recent round of funding that we announced about 2 weeks ago. It was a Series C fund that was around approximately $70 million US dollars, led by Sampo, the large global insurer, a strategic partner of ours, and some other investors. So that brings us up to about 90 million US dollars in funding to date. We're really excited about this most recent round, particularly because it's the first strategic investor that we've brought on board. In other words, we've never had an insurer funding us before. And because we operate globally and Sampo operates globally and also in a lot of developing markets as well, it's a real opportunity for us to leverage the relationship we have with Sampo to reach various corners of the world where we operate, which is great.
So prior to joining Cover Genius, your career included stints at AIG, The Hartford, and Liberty Mutual. Can you tell us a little bit about your career and the decision to join Cover Genius?
I actually was trained as a lawyer, and I started my career in private practice I never had any intention of getting into insurance. I should state that off the bat. But I took a job at a law firm and ended up doing insurance coverage and defense work, which sort of led me into eventually my job at AIG, where I was claims counsel. And I really bounced around between roles within the insurance organizations that I worked for that you mentioned, doing everything from, as I said, claims counsel, litigation management. I moved into product development and portfolio management, some underwriting. So I really kind of experienced a lot of what the roles are at insurance companies have to offer. And as I said earlier, when this opportunity at Cover Genius came along, it was the perfect timing for me. As I said, I had just finished creating the first admitted cyber product at the Hartford, and distribution was like top of mind for me. So when I met the guys from Cover Genius, and it seemed like they had really solved the distribution problem that all insurers seem to have, I just was so excited to join. Having now been at Cover Genius for over 3 years, I can tell you that I probably would never go back to working for a traditional carrier. It's just been like, I have learned more in the last 3 years working at Cover Genius than I learned in 15 years working, in private practice and across different disciplines within insurance carriers, which isn't to say that I didn't get great experience at these places. I did. But, all of the tropes around how things move slow and there's bureaucracy, I don't know how I would go back to that after working in an environment where, we're really empowered to bring our ideas to the table. We are making decisions very quickly. We're moving fast, and we're partnering with some just really cool technology companies, eBay, Wayfair, Amazon, Skyscanner, Intuit, Tile. We just have a roster of really exciting, large global companies that we're working with to help them protect their customers.
So what are the growth plans for Cover Genius?
So, as I mentioned, sort of around the question of milestones that we'd reached, when we launched XCover, really the focus has been on diversifying our product set. We want to scale, and our technology allows us to scale. We're processing millions of transactions, and we're making payments instantly. We're really a digital first sort of company. So the idea is to take the product set that we're building and just scale, just, go hard and get into different distribution channels, make sure that we can protect these companies' customers, and reach them where they're making their purchases already.
Well, Darcy, I want to thank you for sharing your story and the Cover Genius story. I never thought I would had never had any interest in interviewing an insurance company, but it's exciting to see how your company and Rhino and the other companies in the insurtech space are transforming the insurance industry. So we wish you the best of luck as you move forward, and keep us apprised with your latest deals, transactions, partnerships.
Really appreciate the time, Edwin. Enjoyed talking with you.